going to talk about how Rexall empowered our leaders through leveraging WorkTango. And my name is Tunde Kolarinwa. I'm VP of Talent Management at Rexall. So Rexall is a retail pharmacy in Canada. We're about approximately 400 stores strong and about 8,000 employees. At Rexall, we have what we call our continuous understanding strategy, which is, in our view, an evolution of the continuous listening strategy. So it takes that concept of active listening and takes it to another level. Our goal here is to ensure that our employee voices are heard and beyond being heard, understood as well. We have 2 pulse surveys that we conduct, one in March and one in June. We have our employee opinion survey that we conduct in September, which leads to our EOS action planning. Our surveys are unique in that they're not loaded with 70, 50 questions. I think we tap out at, about 15 questions, and there are only 4 questions that are static, which is the engagement questions, which allows us to trend. All the others, we continue to change based on what we've heard from the teams. We also know that we're in this day and age where turnover is quite high within the world, essentially. And we're looking at growth and development specifically because we know that's one of the major drivers for employee turn. Then we have our 30, 60, 90-day onboarding surveys that we conduct using the WorkTango platform. We have our exit surveys. We do the exit surveys because we need to understand why are people leaving so we can go and address any issues. And also we have ad hoc surveys that we leverage as well. Now this comes into play anytime we launch new initiatives to really understand how is it landing, what is the team saying. In addition to that, if there are particular groups or particular sentiments or factors that we realize either during the pulse survey or the engagement survey, we use these ad hoc surveys to do a deeper dive to really understand what the true sentiment is and what the team is really and truly saying. Overall, from a participation perspective, we're averaging about 71% participation. We know this is high. It means that our employees are really involved in not just working for the organization, but also working on the organization. We're pretty proud of that. From an employee comments perspective, we average around about 4,500. We take the mix. It doesn't matter. As long as they're speaking, we're here to listen and understand exactly what it is that they're saying. In addition to that, on average, our engagement score has gone up about 34 percentage points since 2016. We attribute this to the fact that, again, we are listening, we're understanding, we are acting on what the team is saying. We're being very open and candid in our conversations. We're giving teams the opportunity to debate, decide, and commit, and also decide what exactly the solution is that they want. From our ENPS perspective, we are a plus 41 since we started tracking this in 2019. This is our semi-annual pulse survey, which essentially asks the question, how likely are you to recommend this organization to other folks? And we're pretty proud of that as well. We've continued to see a positive trend. The combination of all of these is what we look at from our insights perspective. We titled that our employee journey, and we leverage all of these data points to come up with good insights that we can pass on to the senior leadership team. All of these surveys managers have access to. Managers are the key to the success of any employee voice strategy that is out there because they're often the forgotten middle that we call them. You know, you have your frontline employees, you have the folks in the middle, and you have the folks at the top. Everyone is fighting to hear a voice, but everyone is forgetting the folks in the middle who indeed are the ones that have the most impact with the employee group. In addition to that, one of the practices that we have is we don't survey unless we're going to do something about it. That is what I counsel our leaders on to say, if you're going to ask a question, you have to do something with the results of the question as well. We've had about 485 unique action plans submitted to date. And these are the unique plans that each group commits to fulfilling and meeting in order to address any pain points that their teams have. I'm also very, very proud of that as well, because it does show that folks are indeed listening and folks are indeed taking action. And the EOS action planning is really where the rubber hits the road, in that it is a very collaborative approach to solutioning. We take it down to the granular level. We have, like I said, about 400 stores. Each store has their own action plan, which leads up to the district having an action plan, which leads up to the division having an action plan, and so on and so forth, based on the feedback that they've received.